Where's a really good place to fish this time of the year where you can still catch fish up in shallow water? Wow! That's a beauty. Good morning, guys and girls. January 20. We're going to be looking at the second book of the Bible, Exodus 18:20. You know, Exodus is written because that book is about when the children of Israel left Egypt. That is their exodus from Egypt. They were slaves there for a tremendously long period of time. And this is when God rescued the children of Israel. You remember that Moses and his brother Aaron led the children of Israel out. And it started a journey that went 40 years through the wilderness. And it's just an amazing part of the Bible, you know, when you look back in Exodus. We're looking at Exodus 18:20. Exodus 18:20. Warn them about the laws and teachings, and teach them the right way to live and what they should do. Now that is God talking to Moses, and he's telling him what to tell the children of Israel, that this big throng of people, maybe, I don't remember, but maybe like a couple of million people, a lot of people, that he's led them out of Egypt, leading them into the promised land, which quite honestly is not very far away, just a few days' journey. Took them 40 years to get there because they didn't pay attention to this scripture right there. Warn them about the laws and teachings, teach them the right way to live and what they should do. If they'd done that, they'd have been there real quick. Fishing is a sport where our results are determined by the decisions that we make. Every day on the water, we make literally hundreds of decisions. Sometimes we might have to choose between only one or two or three options. Other times we might have to select from 200 or 300 different possibilities. Seldom will we make the very best decision each and every time. I'm going to just go out on a limb and say, I don't think I ever make the perfect decision every single time. The trick is to make more decisions that are on the better side than the worst side. These are our decisions. If you have, let's say, you can make a choice between 10 different, let's say, lures or colors of lures. You won't pick number 1 all the time, but you sure don't want to be picking number 9 or 10. If you pick number 3, 4, 5, most of the time, you're probably going to be pretty good. We are told to conduct our lives based on God's decisions. You hear this? We're talking about us making decisions. These are our decisions we're making on the water. I'm making them, you're making them, everybody's making them. A lot of times if you and I are fishing together, we're talking it over and making the decisions between us. But these are our decisions. We are told to conduct our lives based on God's decisions, His laws, and His instructions. Why in the world should we do this anyway? Can't we make our own decisions about how we live and what we do? Here's what I want you to remember of today's devotion. Because God's decisions will always produce the very best results in our lives. That's right. God's decisions will produce the very best results in our lives. That's why we want to live by God's decisions. And you know, this is true in all aspects of our life, including our families, our jobs, our spare times, our hobbies, even our eating habits. If we just follow the eating habits that God laid out in the Bibles, we're going to be a lot healthier. God truly does know what is best for us. God's decisions will always produce the very best results in our lives because God truly knows what is best for us. That's a really good one right there. We need to think about that as we go through today and realize that if we're living by God's laws, we're going to be a lot happier. Here's our tip for today. This is really a great one because this is a perfect time of the year to still be able to catch fish in shallow water. This is good all year round, but it's perfect this time of the year. Fish directly below dams and spillways for great white bass, striper, and catfish action. And I might add that you get a lot of people got into gar fishing, particular alligator gar, like down below Lake Livingston on the Trinity River. You can go down below that river right now and catch big giant alligator gar, and you can actually catch those gar on lures. So it's some of the most dynamite fishing for a time of the year when really a lot of the other fishing gets really, really difficult. Great time of the year to catch big fish. But this time of the year, it's hard to get very many bites out there bass fishing. But you can go below those dams and have action all day long. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. And remember, I sure do love you.